Welcome to Lyra. I'm Sian Beckett and I'm helping you all with practical guidance during the early stages of your spiritual awakening. And in this video, I am going to discuss with you about activation of your sixth senses. So we've got 5 senses that we use every day, and this is the activation of the other 5 that you weren't particularly aware of until you started to have your spiritual awakening. The first one that happened for me is my ears. So what happens is they say that you've got a pineal gland, which is in your head, and it's not necessarily active in most people because it's the direct link to the universe or your spiritual guides. And when it activates, your ears will start to feel, if any of you have had an ear infection, it's a little bit like the start of an ear infection. Or if you're on an aeroplane and your ears are going to pop because you're landing or you're taking off, very, very similar. It doesn't hurt, but it's a different sensation that you're not used to. When I spoke to somebody that also spoke to spirits, he told me it's a bit like your spirit guides are only going to give you so many senses at a time because it's very difficult to adjust to the new way you are. It's basically how you're going to be, so you need to get used to it. It's a little bit, he said to me, well, Sian, it's a little bit like looking at the sun, and the sun is quite blinding, but if you look at it for long enough, you can adjust your eyes and you can adjust your vision. And that's how they're going to do it. They're going to bring it to you gradually because they know that we're only human and our senses are very sensitive, and if you're not used to it, you need to adjust. Now I've got that earache all the time, not earache. Now I've got this sensation all the time, and if they want to speak to me strongly or I'm doing something spiritual, the sensation will get stronger. If I'm just doing day-to-day life and they're just letting me get on with my day because I'm at work or what have you, then they will bring it down a notch or two. And it's sort of at the back of your ears, right at the bottom, towards the back of your towards the bottom of your ear to the back, and it feels like when your ears are popping on the plane. Another thing is, which I realise I've had all my life, but my mum told me the other day she doesn't have it, is when I speak to them and I say, Grandad, can you please help me? If I'm in a situation, not every day, but if I'm in a situation where I want him to answer me, I used to get shivers, a bit like they call it someone's walked over your grave and your hairs stand on end. And it was basically them sort of saying, before I could understand how I was going to speak to them, it was them sort of saying, Sian, we've heard you, we'll help you, don't worry. And I've been in situations, because I've done a lot of travelling on my own, where I've been in a dangerous situation and I've spoke to them and it's been quite urgent, and the shivers are very, very strong then if you're in a bad situation. And I've been totally alone, drunk. If you're drunk, by the way, the shivers get quite a little bit more dull than they would if you were sober, just in case you're in my situation. And I'd say, I'm on my own, I don't know where my hotel is, I might have to sleep on the streets, I really need some help, Grandad. And then I'd get these shivers, and then I came out of the toilet and this miracle happened where this chap that I'd only met and spoke to earlier in the night said, oh, hiya, you all right? Would you like me to walk you home? And just so random that I thought, well, I didn't. I said, thank you, Grandad. And this is before I could establish how that they spoke to me. He was probably speaking to me at that time anyway, and I just thought it was my own voice. So I hadn't. It's a little bit like tuning a radio, and you've got to tune in to the wave, I don't know what they call them, the radio waves. It's a bit like tuning into your spirit guides. Everybody can do it. Everybody has got the ability, and this is what I'm here to do. I'm not here to speak to your relatives for you. I'm here to teach you how to. And if you believe that there's something else out there and they are still watching over you, and you start to open your mind, do a little bit of meditation, it'll be very, very easy for you to do it. And they'll never hurt you. They'll never do it if you don't ask them permission. So make sure you always say, you got to mean it. You can't be doing it just to test whether this silly mediumship exists. You've got to be doing it genuinely because you want to talk to them. and I'm sure you can get it in your way, but it won't be the same as mine. Like I said, clairsentience is my strongest ability, which is feeling. Yours might be clairaudience, so your hearing might be better than mine. And please comment and like the video. Leave comments if you're going through a spiritual awakening and how it feels for you, because I'd be very interested as to what you're all going through, because everybody's different and your spirit guides are all going to be different. In the next video, I'm going to be talking to you a little bit more about who I think the spirit guides are made up of, because I don't think they're just our dead relatives from here. I think there's quite a few different theories I have. And also I'm going to talk to you about family and how it feels when your family don't really understand you, because it can feel a little bit lonely. But in the meantime, say goodbye to Arabella, our Lyrian feline, and hopefully, because I've started to do my passion, which is art, and I'm going to try and do a new piece of artwork for you to watch on each video. So I will see you all next time.